Hi everyone. Today we're going to have a different lesson, and today's focus on the lesson is going to be on writing. Writing for and against or having a balanced argument. So for and against means you give positive, so what is for or what is in favor of that statement, and against it means why do you disagree or it's against that point. So for us to have a balanced argument, we have to have a statement or a sentence or a question that creates debates. So I thought that for today, a good statement or a good question for you to discuss or think about is that, is television good or bad for children? Okay, so you have to think about how television or the programs influences children's behavior, life, intelligence. Is there a positive impact, and what is that impact? Is there a negative impact? And that's where you have to give your against points. So firstly, what you have to do is you have to think about, okay, what are the positives or how TV is influencing the children, and what is good, what comes out good of these things, and again, what is the negative side of TV influencing children. Once you have your ideas, so you have to give your best ideas here, you go and you look at how are you going to structure your writing. So first, in your first paragraph, you start with an introduction. Okay, so that is a short opening explaining how the issue come about. And this is very important. You do not put your opinion or your views. Okay, so a good example would be, some people believe that television has or watching TV has a very positive impact on children as they are learning, whilst the scientists are saying that if children spend too much, it would impact on their social life, or I don't know, a statement like that. So when I read, I should understand what you try to get me the attention for. Then you go to paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, the points that you have for 4, you have to bring them here. And then you have to start the session with firstly, after that, in addition, furthermore, also. But also, all your statements must be followed by an example. Just to give you an example of this one, so let's say television is good for children because they learn a lot. For example, when my daughter was watching a program for children called Da Vinci, she learned how to count from television. So you have to give examples. Why that point? Why do you say it's good? You have to give your arguments for that one. Now that should be a paragraph. Now in paragraph 3, you have to bring your points against. So how is TV? Why is TV bad for children? And that's where you have to use however, or on the other hand. So you put your positives in the second paragraph, and then in the third paragraph, you have to come up with some points against. Again, you have to use examples. Finally, you have your last paragraph, which is the conclusion, and that's where you have to begin with to sum up the argument, or in conclusion, and that's where you give your own views, and that's where you conclude if you agree that it's good or is bad. I added some balanced argument sentences and starters and connectivers. So you have, like when we start the first sentence, especially the introductions, where you can't say I, you have to use some people, it is believed. So this is how you should start. And then obviously you have here connectivers. So don't use them all, or don't even try. Just use 2 or 3, like for example, however, on the other hand, or this kind of things. And this is obviously, you don't have to print, it's just to have you give you a point. So you have to use good or bad brainstorm. So you have to think how is TV good and how is TV bad for children. And I gave you an example, so you just put your points here. And this is I just broke it down for you to understand it better. So how this is the introduction paragraph, this is the for paragraph, this is the against, and this is the conclusion. So I will be waiting for your piece of writing. I would appreciate if you can handwriting so I can give you feedback on that one. The feedback will follow next week. Although next week it's half term, I think on Tuesday I will send you individual feedback for your piece of writing, because you need to correct yourself and you need to rewrite it again. If you have any questions, please do get back to me via Slack or email. And yeah, just let me know if everything is clear. So I'll see you the following, not the following week, the week after. I think it's going to be on 3rd of June. Bye.